everybody. It is Whit here, and we're live with Unity Stamp Company featuring one of my very favorite stamp and stencil bundles of all time. Every spring I pull this out, and I'm usually very happy that I did because there's always new people that have not seen this, don't have it, and it's just that good. So I'm going to share several techniques today featuring this really fun bundle. Hi Melissa and Sue. Sorry about the delayed, me saying hi. My husband runs the video behind the scenes and I didn't get that he was going live like this second, so sorry for the awkwardness. So the bundle that I'm chatting about today is really, really amazing. So it comes with this stamp set, Slimline Layering Tulips. And let me just show you this stamp. So it is huge. It's sized to fit a traditional slimline card, which would be 8.5 by 3.5 inches. So this size here, it is meant to fit that entire panel. But as you can see, you can do a lot of other fun techniques to do traditional size cards. Really, the sky is the limit. This is really, really fun to color up with your Copics or watercolors as well. So this can be used separately, no problem. And I love how people even do like coordinating envelopes with this. So you could take your envelope and just simply stamp your tulip on the outside and it's easy coordination. So here's that stamp. And then the bundle also comes with this amazing 3-step layering stencil. So you can do easy ink blends, easy coloring. I love this. These cards are all cards that took me 5 minutes or less, and they are ones where people get them and they're usually pretty impressed by them. So, love, love, love this stencil. You get the leaves, the big tulips, and then this is more of the detailed shadings. So I'm just going to kind of show you the basic way to use this, and then we're going to jump into a little bit more advanced or like different techniques. So this is available as a bundle, which I highly recommend you get the stamp set with because it makes it easy to line up these stencils when you have the stamp. But if you don't want the stamp, you can just get the stencil. But like I said, you're going to be exponentially happier with the stamp. Why not toss it in, right? Alright, so here's the cards I'm going to be creating today. I thought we'd start with something basic. This is just kind of a basic way to use this Stamp and Stencil Duo on a traditional slim line card. I added some fun like glitter detail, which I'll show you how we add that too. So let's just jump in and get started here. We got lots to do. I'm really excited about it. Alright. So I cut a 8.5 by 3.5 inch panel here, and this is just using regular cardstock. This is the traditional size of an A2, or of a slimline, sorry. So we need our big Misty, or normal Misty to stamp this. Oopsies. Sorry about that. Did something happen?
No, it looks good to go.
Okay. Perfect. So we're going to need our normal Misty for this. I just want to get this cord out of my way so I don't do that again. Alright. Hi Gail. Got so many fun people here just hanging out. I like to just take a little piece of like Post-it tape or, oh, whatever. Why isn't this sticking? I cleaned my Misty with a stamp cleaner and I thought it was genius, but maybe it's not because now my tape won't stick. Oh no, it will. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to position this right inside of my Misty. We're going to grab our stamp. So you want to stamp it out first because this is the way that you're going to get really easy lining up of this stencil.
You push the Misty towards me a little.
Sure.
Thanks, perfect.
Okay, so I'm just going to ink this up in black ink. I'm going to use my Ink on 3 hybrid ink. I believe we still have this in the shop. If not, it's coming back real soon. We love it. Alright, so we're just going to stamp this out. This is a very large stamp, so the Misty is our friend. As you know, with big stamps, it's hard to kind of get that even pressure. So if you have the Misty, totally recommend it for that perfect impression. Alright, and then, I lift up, I kind of see where I need to press down. And it looks really good to me. I love it. All right, so there's our stamped image. We're all good to go on that. And now we can start with our coloring. So I'm just gonna grab, I have this really fun like little stick mat. We don't have this in the shop, but there's lots of them like it on the market. But I like to just use this for my stenciling because it's lightly tacky and it kind of just like holds my stuff in place. How is that centering, Nick?
Perfect.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of tape that down so we're not shifting so you all can see well. All right, so now we have this stencil. You can always tell what the front side is because down on the left corner here it says Unity Stamp Company, and if you run your finger over it you can feel it. So that's how you know you got it right side up, because obviously if you try to go like this you're gonna have a little bit of trouble. So right side up, I always just pick a point to match up. So for me, it's this bottom floral. I just kind of get it all like matched up on this bottom and then shift until I am happy with that alignment there. All right, so I'm just gonna tacking that in place. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of Post-it tape just to kind of hold it down. All right, so we're gonna start with our green. I'm going to use all my Pink Fresh inks today. You can use any type of ink with this. It does not matter. It's really fun to use oxides, different mediums. Just grab whatever you have and try a bunch of different color combos with this duo because it's so fun. All right, so I'm using Key Lime. It's kind of like a really springy green. And we're just going to blend that over the top. I love the Stamp and Stencil duos. They're so much fun. Oh yeah, Sue had a really great tip. She said, I colored the name of the stencil with the black Sharpie. So you can run like a marker over this, and then it's going to hold that color. Oh, Connie's loving the flower stamps. Me too, Connie. Like, I don't care that there's 3 feet of snow out there. I am using my Tulip Stamp and Stencil, and I don't care.
Someone said the tulips are coming up in New York already.
Oh my goodness. I feel like they're not going to come up here till like July. But maybe I'm just like in that like negative spot. You know when you've had winter for so long, you're just like, you think it's just forever? That's where I'm at. Angela just said, me too. Yeah, we're a great duo. We're like, ugh, winter. All right, so there's our first layer. Look at how perfect that is. I absolutely love it. We're going to go on to our second layer. Again, I like to kind of measure or like line up one point. So for me, it's this bottom floral. That's all lined up. And now I can kind of just pivot my stencil until it is perfect for me. All right, so we're going to go in with a lighter pink first. So you always want to do your light one with this because if you do dark, your light isn't going to show over the top. So go in with your light first. This is a light pink color. And we're just going to blend right over the top. So you can use lots of different mediums with the stencil if you have embossing paste or like glitter gels or anything like that. They're so much fun to use with this as well. Today I'm just going to show kind of the basics with ink blending so you get the idea of how this works. But if you want to see, you know, glitter paste or whatever, let me know in the comments and I can come back another time and do that with some different mediums. All right, so here is the pink. Like, you could stop right there. It's absolutely gorgeous. You don't have to do, you know, all the steps, but we're going to. Sorry, my mat it's a new one. I just opened it, so it's a little bit sticky. All right, I am pleased with that. Now we're going to go in with our gear. All right. This is like so therapeutic. Like, I feel like in. All right. Yeah, so Sandra said, I once used transfer gel and foil on the last part of the stencil. So what she's talking about is she went in and she added our transfer gel duo over the top, allowed it to dry, and then you can put deco foil on there, run it through either a hot laminator or your die cutting machine to apply pressure, and you're going to have like perfectly foiled detail there. So that is a really fun technique to do with this as well. All right, so here's the reveal. I think you guys are going to like this reveal. It is so pretty. Every time I lift up, I'm surprised still. But like, isn't that gorgeous? Like, I can't even handle it. It's so, so pretty, so fun. And that's a 5-minute card, you guys. And it looks like, you know, it was pretty in-depth with the coloring and the shading. That's what I love about these coordinating stencils with it. It just makes it so easy. And, you know, if you're kind of in a crafty rut too, I like revisiting things like this because just simple ink blending and simple stamping always kind of gets the creative juices flowing. So I love having things like this in my collection. All right, I just cleaned off my stencil a little bit so we can move on to the next one, but isn't that so pretty? So I'm going to add a little bit of glitter over the top of this. We have these in the shop in either silver or gold. They're called Nouveau Shimmer Pens. So they're like basically a way to add shimmer on top of your colored images or whatever. So I'm going to use this glitter gloss today, the silver one. And I'm just going to grab a little acrylic block. This is how I like to use mine. I like to shake it. You're going to just squeeze lightly because you don't want like a bunch to come out. And then I am just going to flick right over the top of our dark pink and add the sparkle right over that. And it just adds the most beautiful shimmer effect. Just kind of a little way to jazz this up without like taking away attention from the pretty stenciling. So when I run out, I just kind of squeeze a little bit more out. And you can go over like your Copic coloring with this as well. Anything water-based like this you want to be more careful with because this will kind of blend it out, but this is doing okay. Stephanie says she always squeezes too hard. I know, I'm a very like heavy-handed person when it comes to writing or painting or anything like that, so I always kind of have to take precautions like, all right, I got to do it off to the side, otherwise I'm going to ruin this. A little bit high-strung, I guess. All right, so this is so much fun. Just to kind of finish this off, I thought it would be really fun to grab our freebie for the week. So with $55, you get an automatic freebie in your cart. You don't need a code or anything, and it is an A2 size piece of pre-printed sentiments. So these are really, really fun to have in your collection. So it comes like this, and then you can just cut them apart and have these, you know, in an envelope or Ziploc or whatever waiting for you. So you can add them to your cards. I love them. The sentiments are kind of general. Some are anniversaries, some are about cats. They're all kind of coordinating with our new releases, but these are going to be great for, you know, any type that you have, you know, any type of card you're creating right now. So automatic freebie would be that. Oopsies. I just want to show you what it looks like when it's all done and dried. So I added that sentiment here, may your day be as wonderful as you are, which I think works great for a general card or even a birthday. And look at that fun sparkle on the tulips there with the Nouveau Shimmer Pen. I absolutely love it. So this is just kind of the basic introductory way to use this fun duo, but I am so excited to get in and show you guys a few other techniques with this as well. So I'm just going to set this aside because I am turning that into a card. Alright, so the next thing I want to share with you, so last year, I'm just going to put this here for your viewing pleasure. Oh, thank you, Dorothy. I'm so glad that you love it. I love tulips. I think they're just so like happy, pretty, and springy. Just to send somebody like a bright card like this is so much fun. It brightens their day. I love it. So, had to take a little drink there. Okay, I'm going to show you the next set of cards here. So, one of our design team members, Crystal Minkler, she created a video using the Stamp and Stencil duo here, and she actually created like tone-on-tone blends, and I am obsessed with tone-on-tone cards. I absolutely love them. And she just inspired me, and so I wanted to create them myself. If you want to like in-depth video and see what kind of tips and tricks she does, we do have a longer video of just this technique over on our YouTube channel. Otherwise, I'm going to give you the rundown of how I created mine here. So these are all kind of tone-on-tone blends. I really love the yellow, actually. That one might be my favorite. So for this one, I cut 8.5 by 3.5 inch panels here. And these are all sized to an A2. Then I went ahead and I cut out, or die cut out these little banners, and we're going to stamp our sentiments on there. So if you're making a card set, this would be an on my mom. They love when I do that. So I think it's a great gift idea. Okay, so I'm going to just set these aside for a second, and then we're going to start this process here of these fun tone-on-tone blends. All right, so first things first, we have our Slimline Tulip already in our Misty here. We're going to clean this off with a little Stamp Off cleaner. This is just like a little, we're getting this back in stock too because we're obsessed. I love it, gotta have it. And then you just tap it on like almost like an ink pad, and then you just take your dry rag and wipe it all off, and it is magically clean.
Do you know if that works with Stays On?
I don't, but you know what? When I like did it inside of my Misty, it worked perfectly. So I would guess that it would. I should test that. All right, so we are just going to start with our stamping. So I know that I lined it up so the edge of my paper goes right there. You can kind of use whatever method you want for kind of measuring that. All right, so we're going to go in, and I am going to stamp with our darkest color. We're going to have 2 shades of yellow here that we're going to be using. For me, I'm going to start with Marigold, and we're going to stamp this out. For a more defined look, you could stamp this out in black if you want, but I want to do like a true tone-on-tone effect. So I'm going to stick with yellow. Oh, Noelle says it absolutely works with Stays On. Awesome. Thank you for letting us know. Yeah, it is a great stamp cleaner. I love it. All right, just a little bit here. And I think we're good on that one. So there's our yellow. We're going to go in. Here's our blue. So if you're making a whole set, it's really easy to do with this. You can just clean off in between your colors. I won't ink blend them all if you guys get bored. I can just do a couple of them, but I want you guys to see like how easy it is to kind of switch. So we're going to go in with our darkest kind of turquoisey color to stamp out this baby. All right. Should have my little thing for pressing down. The old-fashioned way here. All right, there is our blue. This one, I really wanted to use this light colored paper, but I die cut out a previous thing right there. So yes, I notice. Don't worry, I have a plan. I'm gonna use this anyways, because I'm stubborn like that. I will figure out a way. Even if I have to like glue a sentiment down there, it is happening. All right, so we're going in with our dark pink, stamping our tulip. I have to show you guys, I have a jewel picker tool, and I was adding some embellishments to these cards when I was practicing earlier, and I grabbed my jewel picker, and I'm like, why is this not picking anything up? And then I saw, like, this can only be the work of my child. Like, he literally picked the green off the top so it no longer sticks. And then he did the same here. Rude. When my son gets off the bus, he gets off the bus here, so He's in the craft room kind of watching videos or whatever he wants to do until we leave, and so it's always a mystery what he might get into. Alright, now we're going to do our purple one. And I'm going in with just like a lavender.
Then Arya getting all artsy and coloring all over our pantry door.
Yes, we have a future artist. My 2-year-old loves just coloring on the walls. Like we heard her wake up one morning and then we're like, oh, we better get out there. I bet it was like 45 seconds had passed and she had already taken like, it was a crayon, but more like the consistency of like an oil pastel and like super pigmented, a blue crayon, and she like colored it all over the white door. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. So we have all of our panels stamped out here. Here they are. I did a short reel of this technique on our Instagram too, so you can go save that video if you want to revisit kind of a general way to do this. All right, what color should we blend out? What do you guys want to see? Let's do it in the comments because I don't think I'll do all of them so I don't bore you guys, but I want to do a color or two that you guys really are eager to see. So let me know. Yes, sweet Ev, it is just too much temptation. Oh, Dorothy loves the pastel colors. Me too. I'm so here for the pastel colors. I'm breaking them out. I'm completely done with winter. I'm done. Okay, somebody's saying green. Does that mean this one? You'll have to assist me, babe. Okay, so let's start with the purple. I'm seeing lots of purple. Yes, Michelle, I did grab a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, and not even that would cut the color. Alright, so we're going to do the purple blend here. I'm just going to stick this down on top of my little sticky mat. Alright. So we're going to start with our stencil here. We're going to do the leaves. And we're going to line that up, so I'm happy with right there. Just going to take a little. Okay, so now we're going to go in with our lightest purple. So I'm going to go in with soft lilac. And we are going to blend out these leaves. So it's a very subtle tone on tone look. All right. Over the stencil here, because it is so light, you're not going to really see it until I pull the stencil up, but it's there, and it's so, so pretty.
Stephanie says try the ink off on the door.
I know I should. It'd probably take off the paint too. It's so effective. It removes Sherwin-Williams. All right. I can't wait so you guys can see this really subtle and pretty blend. All right. We'll pull this up. Then Nick can zoom in so you can see it. So there's our leaves. Very subtle, but really pretty and apparent. The brand of ink I'm using today, I'm using my Pink Fresh inks. They are a dye, or like a water-based ink. So they're water reactive. They're very similar to Gina K inks, which I love equally. I just happen to have colors that are like closer together in the family with my Pink Fresh, so that's what I grabbed. All right, let's go on to step 2, which is the big tulip part. All right, so for this one, I really want my florals to like pop out, so we're going to use a darker lavender color. And we're going to do the same for the third step, but when you go over it again, it does look like a new color. So I'm going to go in with lavender. Blend that out. So to do any of these tone-on-tone blends, you just need a light of a color and a dark of a color. All right, so that is beautiful. I love it. All right, let's look at that. Really, really pretty. I love how the leaves are just a little bit more muted than the florals. All right, so now step 3, line this up. There we go. Oh, Sue's going to do this technique soon. When you do it, I'd love to see it over on the show and tell, so be sure to share with us over there. All right, so now I'm going to use the exact same color, but when I go over it this second time, it deepens the tone and it looks like a new color. All right. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to do the reveal on our lavender tone-on-tone look here. It turns out so, so pretty. So we'll have Nick zoom on that one so you can see it. So basically you repeat this process with all of the colors to get your tone-on-tone effect. Let me grab them so you can see. So finished card here. Here's the lavender all finished, and I added a sentiment from a stamp set I really love. It's called Hello Fresh Start. These sentiment kits are great for greetings for inside and outside of your card. So if you're on the market for, you don't really know, what am I supposed to put inside of the card? Check out our sentiment kits because they work for the front and the center. All right, so this one I went ahead and I added some Nuvo drops to it. And the color that I added here was Fairy Wings. I love the pearlescent look of these. So these are Nuvo Dream Drops and Fairy Wings, and it almost is pearlescent, and it really pulls out that purple color. Here is our yellow blend. So with the yellow blend, I grabbed another Nuvo, but this time in Lemon Twist, and I thought it just paired perfectly with the yellow. All right, so here's the pink blend, and I loved there's some Nuvo Jewel Drops, and these dry translucent, and so they're almost a little bit clear, but they have a hint of that pink color, and I love that. There's the pink. And then last but not least is our turquoise blend. On this one, I had to grab some Blue Lagoon Nuvo drops. They're a glitter ones. They have slight little glitters in there. So I love having these Nuvo drops in various colors in my collection, especially for tone-on-tone. It's a really fun way to add embellishments, a little bit of color and dimension. So we have these all in stock, all these colors. I made sure of that. Oh, so Stephanie says she loves all the drops. She's slowly getting all of the colors we carry. We do carry a lot of colors. It would take some time. So there's that tone-on-tone blend. You guys should let me know what your favorite color one is. I would love to hear. I do have a couple more techniques to share with you all as well if you want to see them. These are showing how you can just use the stencil without the stamp. And this is the card I'm hoping to make. So I'm going to do a traditional A2 and then the stencil without the stamp because you do get a completely different look and it just adds to the versatility of this bundle. So let's do it. I'm going to put these aside. There we go. We'll get this one out of the way. All right. So let's make this card. I want to show you guys how, despite the fact that this is sized for a slimline, you can use it on an A2 very easily. So for this card, we're just going to start out with an A2 panel here. And I'm going to just put it down on my sticky mat. Yes, this is stencil only, so you don't have to use the stencil and the stamp together. You can use one, the other, both, whatever you want to do. All right, so I'm just going to kind of clean off my stencil a little bit here because we're going to use some different colors. I'm going to share with you guys how easy it is to do like different colored tulips too. All right, so we're just going to start and we're going to position our stencil kind of on the right half here. So I like to just kind of add a little bit of masking tape on the side because I'm messy and I know I'll ruin it. So, all right, we're going to start off with just a green color. We're going to blend out those leaves. And it's going to be so pretty. Oh, my dog is sad. I'm not holding her. Not everything is about her right now. We do not sell this stick and stamp mat. We really should come up with our own, but like basically it's like a Cricut mat. So if you have a Cricut or like a scan and cut, it's like exactly like that mat. It's a low tack little thing, but I got mine from Brutus Monroe. All right, so there it is. It looks kind of funny right now, but it's easy to line up that stencil. So again, we can kind of just tuck our florals right in there next to the leaves perfectly. So I'm happy with that. I'm just going to kind of stick that down. All right, so we're going to do some different colors here. So I think let's do like a yellow one. I want to do a yellow. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a light yellow. And let's do this one. Okay, so this one's going to be our light yellow. And we're going to go in with a light pink for the one above it, I think.
Do red, do red.
You want to do red?
Yeah, that's my favorite tulip color.
Okay, let me find red. Okay, I think I can do a red on one of these for sure. Okay, I gotta get my red blender. I don't even think I have a red blending tool. I don't think I do.
Oh.
I'll use this one. All right. All right, there's our red one for Nick. And let's do a purple one up at the top. Yes, this is an amazing stamp and stencil duo, Martha. I absolutely love this. It's pretty rare that something keeps my attention for so long because we come out with so many amazing things, but this doesn't. I'm just going to grab a little bit of masking tape so I can kind of hold this in place and blend in my light purple here. And then there's like a little bit of one sticking down here, and I'm going to do that purple as well. All right, so those are all of our light shades. This is going to be super springy, super fun. All right, that's what we got going, and I love it just like that. I think this would make a really, really pretty card just as is, but we're going to go in and add a little bit of dimension because we can. Why not? All right. Sorry, I get like all hung up on getting the perfect lineup. All right, I'm happy with that. Okay, we are going to go in with a darker yellow now. So let's go in, this is like a sweet mustard color. It's just a couple shades darker than that yellow we used. Blend over the top here. Perfect. Let's go in, we'll do my pink and then, or no, what? Yeah, that's my pink. We'll do my pink and then we'll go in and do Nick's red. Because I'm going to use the same blender. This is just like a super vibrant, bright pink.
Wow.
Perfect. Go in and do red. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more, deepen that. All right, and then our dark purple for our top and our bottom here. Okay, it's gonna be so much fun. Here we go. How pretty is that? I love the multicolored look of it. It is so much fun. It's really easy to do. So you can just grab all the different colors that you have in your collection and try out these different combos. But I love how this one looks. So just to kind of bring this card to life, I wanted to rip off the edge here as a way to add just a little bit of texture. And also I wanted to grab a pink sheet of cardstock here, and we're just going to glue that down like so. Grab my little glue. I like to use my liquid glue. This is Ultra Bond adhesive. We do have it in our shop. Kind of my go-to like liquid. Always glue your cards with love. Get a little heart in there. All right, so I am just going to line this up. Yes, I know there's extra on the sides. We're going to cut it off. No big deal. And then we're going to do black. And I want that to like really pop. So let's see, I'm going to cut this off for a second so I have what I'm working with. Alright, so now this is an A2 and I know that this will fit on there, like so. And then I think I'm going to rip this edge too. Kind of want a ripped edge. I didn't do it on my other card, but I'm kind of digging it. So let's try it. Oh, Noelle says she needs the glue tool. Yeah, this is from my friend and our video creator, Louisana Lowry. She hand makes these little glue toppers. So I had her make one with a weenie dog because it's my favorite. It's got my name on it and I did the colors. So yeah, this just pops right in the top of my glue. I don't use like the cover. And it's always like, there's never any like clump that's stopping it up or anything like that. I love it. I got a poke tool and a little charm for my scissors too that was matching. Alright, so I'm just kind of ripping that down. Let's go ahead and glue this on there. Double deckled edge. Okay, you can use, yes, so Stephanie is talking about, we have a membership kit. It's called the Whit Kit. It's curated by me each month. No, I'm not conceited. I did not name it myself. It's really awkward to call it the Whit Kit.
I named it. I thought
Nick
it sounded
named
great.
It. But it usually comes, well, it always comes with like a stamp set and like coordinating embellishments and stuff that you can add into your collection. And she's talking about this really fun like ruler die that I had in it a couple months back. And it's just, they're always going to be items that you can work into your existing collection and use over and over again. So it's not just a kit that's going to make, you know, 10 tags and you're done. It's something that's going to build on your collection. So for this one, I actually pulled out some embellishments from another past card kit. So this is kind of a sampling of what you might get. These are just little glass beads. So the finished card here with those glass beads, and I added that freebie that I was talking about with $55. You're going to get a little pre-printed sentiment strip. So you just cut them apart in like these little things with your paper cutters, super easy, and it just pops right over the top there. And I love this. The message says, take time to do what makes your soul happy, and crafting supplies make my soul happy, so I'm going to take the time and do it. So I have one more card I wanted to share with you guys, just a really easy but fun twist on using this bundle, and it is with a little bit of masking for a clean and simple look. So let's do that one, and then I'll get out of your hair. But I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys are too, seeing this this bundle in action. Like, I could keep going. I could be here for hours showing you different cards with this. Like, that's how obsessed I am. All right, so let's make this one with a fun little masking technique. So I have an A2 panel that I die cut out with our scallop and rectangle stitch die, and this is out of stock. It's going to be back soon. So add that to your wish list if you want to keep an eye on it. So we're going to use this without the stamp again. Then I'm going to I grabbed my Gina K Masking Magic. It is my absolute favorite masking paper. It is reusable, so if you create a mask for one of your stamp sets, I usually just stick them like on the front or on the inside of my stamp package, so then when I pull it out, I'm like, oh, I have a mask for this. So they're reusable to a point. If you use a lot of water, they're not, but inky techniques, yes. So I took a piece of this masking magic, and then I just die cut out a heart using one of our nesting die sets. So we have a couple of heart nesting die sets that are really, really fun and kind of essentials in a craft collection. So I'm going to save this for another time, another technique. We're going to use this outline. So we're going to just stick this down on top of our card base here. Yes, so Stephanie had a great point. She said you can use the masking from the back of your stamp or the paper from the back of your stamp for masking as well. You certainly can, keeping in mind that the backing is slightly larger than the outline of the stamp, so it won't be exact like if you did it with this. It would be exactly for the stamp. Alright, so I'm messy. I'm going to add some masking tape there so I don't ruin it. Alright, so we're going to do a heart shape here. I'm just going to kind of clean off my stencil since we're going to be going in with some different colors here, and I was going crazy with the colors. Alright, so I like to kind of start off to one side here, and I am liking this position, so we're going to put that there. We're going to start with our leaves. Alright, so we're just going to blend our green leaves. Got that. Alright, so it looks a little funky, no worries. Now we are going to position our second step here, our second layer in place. I'm going to do just a classic pink. I really just like pink tulips, so that's what I'm going to do. I have red on this, I got to get it off. Alright. There we go. Now we can move on to the next step here. Alright, with a dark pink. On my example, I accidentally went in. I grabbed my green blending brush for my dark pink, and it turned out kind of purple. But I still used it. I still thought it was pretty. Okay, so there's one, half of it. So now we're going to kind of repeat that same thing off to the side here. Just kind of figuring out where we want those florals to be. And I feel like this would be pretty, right tucked in like that. Everett, I don't know if you noticed, but what? I'm like literally working. Alright, so I am going to put this there. I don't want to ink those up because it's going to go into my other area. We're going to ink up these green leaves off to the side here. Then we're going to go in with our tulips.
Everyone says hi, Ev.
Yeah,
What?
Everett was like, Mom, like mouthing to me, and I'm like, dude. All right. We're going to go in and do this, the light tulips here. All right. This one got a little bit different, and I still really like it. So it's going to be different like every time you do it. All right. Cover that up.
Gma says hi.
And then our dark pink here. Let's see what this is looking like. You know what? I think I'm going to go in with my leaves. And I am going to blend a little bit of green like right there. So it's just kind of filling in like the spots here. So I'm going to mask that off. And just a bit of this little pink area. And then we're going to add in some green just to fill in that void. See what else we're looking like. All right. So then to just kind of make this heart-shaped pop a little bit more when we take the mask off, we are going to grab just the edges here with this ink. Just kind of pulling that tone in a little bit. Until we're happy with it. And I am happy with this. Okay, so let's do the reveal on this. It ends up with such a fun effect here with just like the perfect heart mask. I love that. So finishing touch on this card, I grabbed that freebie again with $55. It's these little strip sentiments, and I just cut a bunch of them. And I ended up just gluing that down flat, and I added some pearl gems that are from my collection. But yeah, I think it turned out really, really fun. Just a different way that you can do masking and pull out your dies from your collection. We have a lot of rears and circles, and then of course we have hearts. So I love this added way to get a different effect. There's just so many different ways that you can use this fun bundle. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the cards under here so you guys can see everything that I made today, and if you missed it, you can watch the replay. So here's kind of the traditional way to use it. We've got a fun springy card here. Like, aren't those little strips awesome? I'm like obsessed with them, and I love that they're the freebie. All right, and then we did a whole little trio of pastel tone-on-tone ink blending with this Stampin' Stencil bundle as well. So just to recap, this bundle comes with this 3-step stencil, and it also comes with this gigantic stamp called Slimline Layering Tulips. It is a giant stamp. I'll show you. Pull it out of my MISTI here. Here's that big stamp. This one is really, really fun to color up with your favorite medium too. So the stamp itself is awesome. It's really fun to stamp on envelopes for a coordinating look. So yeah, that is that. Oh, Sue says her favorite are the tone-on-tone blending. Yeah, Crystal was genius with that. I was so inspired by her video. I just had to try it out for myself. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this fun little demo featuring this amazing Stampin' Stencil bundle. I'm hoping to be live again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time featuring our new Snarky Birthday Sentiment stamp set. This is a great stamp set for the inside and outside of birthday cards, and I'm going to show you just a couple different ways to use it and get those get that look. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you again really soon. Bye!